All right, room. Coach Mickens.
Coach, how would you kind of assess your group's progress over the spring?
I've been very pleased with them. The older three guys, Tariq and Clarence and Cam, been leading the group really well. And you see the younger guys growing as the spring has been evolving. So I'm very happy with them where they at. And, we just got to continue to push.
And then last spring, it seemed like you guys were trying to build up Tariq's confidence. Mm-hmm. Is that something that you guys are having to do with Clarence at this point? Or?
No, I think Clarence is a confident kid. He doesn't overly talk too much, but he's very competitive. And you can just tell the way he goes to work every day, and the way he grinds, and whether it's the weight room or on the field, conditioning, it doesn't matter what it is. He's a competitive kid, so I'm sure he took it personal, and he's back to it again, and that's what we want.
And then what makes Tariq so attractive at the nickel?
He's very smart, has great instincts, and he's just a good player. He knows how to cover guys in the slot, and he goes to work in the film room a whole bunch, and he understands his leverages and where he has to be at, and very football smart.
And then what did you kind of see from Ryan Barnes and Philip Riley as they kind of developed?
Yeah, they just continue to take the next step. As last year of true freshmen, just going into their second spring now, understanding a little bit more of the coaching points and why we do what we do and what I'm expecting of them. So just seeing them grow every day as well.
And then over the weekend, Marcus talked about the importance of the daily staff meetings that you guys have. I guess what have you kind of taken out of those?
It just allows us to be on the same page, grow as a unit. We're a unit as well, and he sets the tone every day for us, and we carry it out. So that's the great thing about it, just getting everybody together and be able to hash everything and be on the same page as we go.
And then the last one for me is Coach Washington said it was like talking to Golden was like getting a PhD in football. I guess do you kind of feel the same, or what have you kind of learned from him?
Definitely. He's very knowledgeable. He brings a lot of knowledge and a lot of different things of why we play the defense the way we play it, and it's very helpful. And we just continue to grow. You always got to grow, right?
When practice started today, you got the defense kind of started things off by winning that drive or that one play. How important is it to kind of set the tone from the defensive side when you start practice, and how from the second follow-up to that is, how do you feel about that when your guys go out there and perform and set the tone early?
Well, you always want to set the tone. It's just no different than a game, right? You want to start fast, and that's what we love about those opener periods where you might just put the ball down and one play, let's go. So it set the mindset of, hey, we got to start fast in everything we do. So that's the expectation in the room as well, where anytime we want to put the ball down, we got to go compete, and we want to be the most competitive unit.
And speaking of games coming up next weekend, the Blue Gold game, what would you say you guys were, practice one versus today's practice, and improving and being ready for that game, for that annual showing?
Yeah, I think they've grown a whole bunch. I think they taking a step each day, which is great about it. And I just want to see them now when they go out there in that game, just go have fun and compete. The ball's down and go do what you've been doing.
What are your expectations compared to last year that you had this year with new coaches and new DC and players stepping into new roles?
Expectations is to go compete every day, win everything that comes up against us. So whether that's a game or a practice, we want to be competitive. So that's all we do.
And I was mentioning this to one of the players before. Last guy we got Coach Reese, I believe it was, mentioning over the weekend just about how he sees on the defensive side like guys are a lot more intelligent than what they were before. And I think that's a credit to Coach Golden and you guys coordinating and getting together. What would you say as far as what you've seen in the film room and on the field to put them in that position?
Guys come up a lot, be able to study a lot more, and you can tell that they're doing things on the field now because of what they saw in the film room, and playing faster because they understand where they need to be at and where their help is at and things of that nature. And because of that, the game grows even more because they're playing complementary football now.
What's been the last one for me is when you and Freeman were here last year, but when you got some new coaches coming in, and what's it been like integrating with them and getting on the same page with them?
It's a great staff, a lot of great men, great leaders, and just guys that have great energy to be around and competitive and on the same page and want the same thing for these young men in Notre Dame.
Coach, you're all set. Thank you.